Hello, welcome once more to this space. I am from Theodoline. Thank you for always being here during this moment where we pause and do some reflections in order to adjust and re-strategize to move forward in life the way it is supposed to be. There is something quite painful that many of us experience but rarely talk about openly. The exhaustion of trying to become acceptable, trying to fit in, trying to be understood, trying to become more like everyone else. Some people spend years adjusting themselves emotionally, mentally, physically, socially, even spiritually, just to feel worthy of belonging. And after all that effort, they still feel disconnected from themselves. Because deep inside, something keeps whispering, this is not fully me. Many people learned very early in life that being different attracted criticism, rejection, misunderstanding, or isolation. So they adapted. They became quieter, smaller, more pleasing, more acceptable, less visible, less authentic. And according to clinical psychology, over time, they stop asking, who am I really? Instead, they begin asking, what version of me will people accept? Today, this discussion is about coming back to yourself. Not the performed version, not the survivor version, not the comparison version, the real version. Your uniqueness is not a flaw that needs correction. It is a part of your human design. And perhaps one of the deepest forms of healing is fully allowing yourself to exist without constantly trying to become someone else. Why people lose themselves? Human beings naturally desires connection. As a clinical psychologist, I can tell you this for free. This is a natural instinct that all of us, consciously or unconsciously, we desire. We want love, acceptance, belonging, safety, and because of that, many people unconsciously shape themselves around external approval. Children especially learn quickly what gets praised, what gets rejected, what feels emotionally safe, and what part of themselves must be hidden to avoid pain. Some of us learn, do not speak too much, do not be too emotional, do not dream too differently, do not stand out, do not disappoint others. And slowly, authenticity becomes replaced with adaptation. But adaptation is not always alignment. Most often, it is survival. The problem is not that survivor identities eventually becomes emotionally exhausted. The problem is that survivor identity emotionally weighs on you as an individual, because pretending requires energy. Constant comparison requires energy. Trying to fit into spaces that reject your natural essence requires energy. And many of us today are not only tired from life, we are tired from performing identities that do not fully belongs to us. Comparison quietly steals connection. Now breathe in with me. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale now, inhalation now, and exhale deeply. Let your shoulders fall. Let your entire body become soft and you become fully centered and fully present in this moment. Remember that comparison quietly steals connection. It teaches you to measure your worth through other people's timeline, experiences, appearances, success, personalities, relationships, or achievements. And social comparison has become even stronger in modern life. People constantly consume images of who they think they should become. And without realizing it, they slowly disconnect from their own path. But comparison creates distortion. Because you are comparing your inner experiences to someone else's external presentation. Did you hear that? Do not compare your internal experiences to someone else's external presentation. And many people do not even fully know themselves anymore because they are too busy studying other people. Do I by this means saying that we cannot model others? Today, let this truth settle deeply. You were never designed to become a copy. You were never meant to heal exactly like someone else. Grow exactly like your classmate. Speak exactly like your siblings. Or carry life exactly like someone you grew up with in the same community. Difference is strength. Difference is not failure. Difference is natural. Quietly reflect. What if my path is different because my purpose, experiences, gifts, and emotional makeup are different? That question alone can begin releasing years of internal pressure. Now, let us pause and breathe together. Take a slow breath in and gently exhale. Again, breathe in self-acceptance. Exhale comparison. Breathe in peace. Exhale pressure. Now imagine yourself releasing the need to compete emotionally. The need to constantly prove yourself. The need to imitate others to feel valuable. And the fear of being different. Allow your shoulders to soften. Relax your chest. And quietly say this. I release the pressure to become someone else. I release comparison. I allow myself to exist authentically. I no longer measure my worth through imitation. I make space for my own path. Breathe slowly and notice how much emotional tension comparison has placed on your nervous system over time. Today, you begin loosening that burden. Know that your uniqueness is more than personality. It includes your emotional depth, your way of thinking, your creativity, your sensitivity, your voice, your life experiences, your perspective, your energy, your story, and the way you move through the world. Even your struggles have shaped dimensions of understanding within you that others may never fully carry. And uniqueness does not mean you are more than those around you. It just simply means authenticity. A flower does not compete with the sun. The moon does not compete with the ocean. Different things carry different expression of beauty and purpose. And the same is true for you. The moment you stop forcing yourself into other people's mold, something powerful begins happening internally. You breathe differently. You think differently. You relate differently. You begin experiencing life with less performance and more presence. And perhaps for the first time, you begin meeting yourself honestly. Now, I want you to reflect deeply on this question. What part of myself have I been suppressing just to feel accepted? Maybe your sensitivity, your creativity, your softness, your intelligence, your emotions, your dreams, your voice, your individuality. Now imagine gently reclaiming those parts of yourself, not aggressively, but honestly. You are allowed to think differently, to heal differently, to move differently, to grow differently, and not to become, and equally to become differently. You do not need permission from the world to exist authentically. Quietly repeat this, or aloud. I allow myself to be fully myself. I release the fear of not fitting in. My uniqueness is not something to hide. I stop abandoning myself for approval. I trust my own path. I allow authenticity to replace performance. And feel the emotional relief in these words. Because freedom often begins when self-rejection ends. Remember this gently. The world does not need another imitation. It needs real human beings. People connected to themselves. People grounded in authenticity. People willing to live truthfully instead of performed constantly. And you do not need to become less of yourself to deserve love, belonging, or value. Do you know that your uniqueness was never the problem? The problem was being taught to distrust it. So today, release comparison, release performance, release the pressure to fit every space. And instead, return to yourself slowly, honestly, compassionately. Because the more connected you become to your authentic self, the more peaceful your life begins to feel internally. And that peace is worth protecting. Rest gently today and allow yourself to exist without apology. Now repeat this after me, either gently or aloud. You can place your right hand on your heart area. I allow myself to exist without apology. I allow myself to exist without apology. I allow myself to exist without apology. How do you feel right now? I know these words are sinking within you right now. They're sinking within you right now. And if you need more of this, if you need this support on a personal level, you can just give us a call, book for sessions. Thank you for listening, and I pray that you take these words, your spirit remembers, even as you move on, and cause you to become a different person in life. Share this with somebody who may be in need. Share your thought with us in the comment section. Thank you. Bye-bye.